So here we are with episode 10 of I'm in Love with the Villainous. Last episode, Lene has left. She is gone from the anime for the moment anyways, you know, if there's like a season 2 or anything, and, you know, she makes a reappearance, but she has left the country. And Claire is down one maid, so the only person who is kind of here for her now is Rei, and also that's the big reason why Lene is able to leave feeling good for the most part, because she knows that Rei is going to be here to take care of Claire. We'll just have to see what's going to happen, and I definitely didn't look at that one screen of the preview and kind of have an idea of what's going to happen in this episode, but we'll just have to see what's going to happen in this episode. If you guys like the video, like the video. If you dislike it, dislike it. I do have my full length up on Patreon and early access on the YouTube memberships for non-seasonal and some seasonal shows. Wow, that was different. Anyways, other than that, we're gonna get started. First day waking up without Lene. Oh? Been taking her for granted this whole time? Lene, I mean? Hasn't been the first day. Alright. Oh, too many sweets, man. Too many. Oh, man. Remember the time when Lene made it for She's not even... Yeah, your spirit's perfectly up anyways. Well, sometimes you need a little bit of stability, huh? Manaria. Dear sister. Alright. Damn, out here writing a letter of love out here, you know? But, you know, that's just friends, probably, right? Also, when Claire said my dear sister, I was like legitimately thinking dear sister, but then I totally forgot about, you know, the way that sister is used, you know, in other Yuri, like, Strawberry Panic. It's a perfect superhuman. Oh, shit. Wow, is she going to be the friend of the commoners or what? Meanwhile, Rei is just Sag. One of my staff. Uh-oh, putting herself out there. Gotta make sure to let Manaria knows. Uh-oh. Funny. That's... Oh. Damn, Claire's just not eating? Now that your mom's died. Goodbye, child. See you later. Well, you know, at the very least, you'll get to apologize to her once you die. No one blames you? Of course, of course. Oh my god. It's not the fact that she was crying, it's the fact that she was leaning towards her. That's why I was laughing. This is how it feels like when you're friends with someone and then you meet somebody else who's like a friend of like so many more years than than you, and then they're just talking to each other about like the things that they share, and you're just sitting there. Just sitting there like, well, fuck. Wait, did we change setting? Damn, they've been talking about one another. Jesus. Oh, it's a smile that isn't really often shared on Rei. Every time I hear Manaria, I'm just thinking about Manaria Friends, which is also a very gay anime. She's such the fucking prince archetype. Damn, I called you a cutie. There's some fucking dead eyes you've got there. Damn, she's just too good and perfect, and she also wears her jacket around her waist, her hips. Precious allies. Ah. She's a rival. Sorry, too busy to think about the game. Let me hang up the call. Uh-oh. She's just like Rod. Oh, here comes Rod. These two are just like each other. Oh shit, we're in a battle all of a sudden. You know what? I'm starting to like the haircut of Thane. I forgot the fucking Pokemon battle music comes back on. You know, I was just thinking that Manaria might have some flair on her in terms of like the wand movement. She just fucking Thanos snapped them like. Composition. I was just thinking, I was also too busy thinking about Demon Slayer. She read his rhythm! She saw the music. Just fucking hearing Claire. Yeah, dude, yeah, sure, whatever. Who would have thunk? Oh, she is very straightforward, so. She says it in quotes, but what is this, like the Etoile? No, 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 no. Yes. Anything for you. Count prime numbers or something. Damn, dude, she's fucking picking a fight out here. Oh, shit! They're whispering lovely words to one another. Sweet nothing, sorry. Would you like more milk? Somebody's gonna overflow. Yeah, even Thane's getting the boot. Uh-oh. Showed your weakness, Rei. Tis tis. But yeah, I'm starting to remember this part in the story. You know what? This is the, this episode actually, made me feel something. And it's just utter frustration. I feel it in my heart. I feel it burning. Oh, both on like Claire and Manaria, but mainly Claire. Manarina's just taking advantage of this situation, and you know what? Good on her. Good on her. She's just taking, she sees her resources and what she's able to do with it, and she's fucking doing it. She's taking advantage. So good on Manaria. I will say, for someone like Rei, this is usually how it would be, how it would run in, like, the romance stuff, right? It's somebody who's, like, overly abundant in love for you, that you kind of start taking it for granted. Kind of like how Claire takes Lene for granted, and, you know, the idea that it's, Claire takes it for granted, this love that Rei gives. And so, in a typical romance format, is that once the person kind of like who does the overabundant love, they kind of just stop. That's when the other character will be like, oh shit, why did they stop all of a sudden? Now I have to go and ask him, why did they stop this overly abundant love that I've taken granted for this whole time? So you know, this whole time I kind of feel like that's honestly what Rei should do, not in sense that she should purposely give Claire the cold shoulder, but more or less giving into the idea that, and it also comes from like Rei. All right, you know what? Oh, hold on, I'll fucking talk about this once we get back to the center. All right, so that was episode 10 of, I was gonna say Manaria Friends. God damn it, episode 10 of I'm in Love with the Villainess. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. You know that I always like talking to you guys, and if you have not seen Manaria Friends yet, I highly recommend it. It's very gay, and it's a very short show. It's like a 15-minute show, so very fun, very gay. Anyways, I thought that this was a pretty nice episode. We're heading on over to a new, not to say a new arc, but you know, just because I feel like the whole entire thing of Volume 1 and 2 is, Volume 1 and 2 is like a big, major arc, for the most part, with like mini little things that's happening in there. I don't even know how these things work now. I'm just confusing myself. But yeah, we're introduced to a new character. Her name is, alright, I was just thinking about Manaria Friends again. Her name is Manaria Sose. From the Sose Kingdom, and she, from what she says, she's no longer a princess, but she was the first princess before, but, you know, her mom wasn't actually legit, or something like that, and so because of that, and it's like the whole fucking dispute and all that, she's not the princess anymore. She's just like all you regular folks, except she's a superhuman. She's the world's only quadcaster, and she is adept in wind magic, and she has the spellbreaker, where once she figure out what your magic is, she just fucking snaps her finger and just poof, gone. Oh, OP, don't you think? Then again, you know, Rei is the main character, so she at least have some sort of device to fight with Manaria, if it ever comes anyways. Before the announcement of Manaria, we saw how Claire was still feeling pretty sad because of Lene's leave, and she kind of has this whole thing of like, oh, you know, oh, you're over fucking brushing my hair and you hit this one spot in my hair. Lene would have not done this. She's comparing things. She's comparing Rei to Lene because, well, Rei hasn't really taken care of Claire for, I don't know, the past 10 years or whatever. But I love that the moment she hears Manaria send her a letter, immediately a smile on her face, and she's just like, oh, my dear sister, huh? And, like, Manaria just comes in, and immediately Claire is just head over heels for this for this lady. It hits Rei a whole lot more because this whole entire time before Manaria came in, Rei has been trying to cheer up Claire. I would hope so, right? She's been trying to get things to be to get Claire to the way that she is, but Claire just hasn't been feeling herself until suddenly Manaria comes in. And it's just like, well, shit, right? I don't have this fucking power that Manaria has. Not only is she a perfect superhuman, she's able to get this girl that I'm in love with to be head over heels for her, right? She's just, what is this? Just, she somehow got this fucking straight girl to come on over and just be all gushing after her, you know? The fuck is this shit? But we see Rei trying to establish their relationship with one another in front of Manaria in order to let Manaria know, like, hey, I'm not just any staff, alright? Despite what Claire says, I'm not just any staff. I'm a staff who loves her. And this catches Manaria's interest, albeit it's just kind of, as we've learned from Rei, Manaria comes later into the game and she takes interest in Rei, who she will then help Rei, well, not Rei, but the main character, I mean. She will help the main character get together with one of the three princes. So, in that case, she is a big help to the main character, and because of that's the way the game goes, Manaria will eventually find interest in Rei either way, but with the way that Rei is right now, right, she immediately catches interest, and as Rei says, she's a great help, however, she is not aiming after the prince, she's coming after Claire, but Claire is putting her love onto Manaria, so because of that, Manaria is her enemy and she does not like her. So she treats her the same way as she does with the baller princess. And consider Manaria fits the prince archetype. She is very similar to Rod in the way that Rei is brushing Manaria off, and because of that, Manaria is just like, well, that's interesting. Nobody has ever shown me this interest before, and that's sort of the same way that Rod kind of sees it as well, in the way that Rei doesn't want to stand out, so she, like, misfires the magic and all that in order to get her score a little bit lower, and Rod notices it. Right, in the way that Rei keeps putting him off, but he's just, like, so determined in, like, trying to get to know her a little bit better. Before, you know, the whole baller princess come to the realization that, oh yeah, you know, Rei is they all come to the realization because Rei is just very straightforward with her feelings and telling Claire every single fucking day that she loves her, and Claire is just like, she just keeps teasing me this whole time. Cool. Anyways, back to what I was saying before we head on back to the center, and how, like, you know, Rei has just been overly abundant in love for Claire, and Claire is basically taking it for granted because she hears it every single day. And also, as I was saying, Claire and Manaria are the friends who have known each other for a very long time, and you are the new friend in the group who have just only known, you know, Rei has only known Claire for at least not even a year yet, if I remember correctly. They're like a few months in, 6 months, 8 months at the very least. I don't even know if it's been a full year. I don't think so. So they haven't really known each other for that long, and Manaria and Claire have known each other 10 years ago. I don't know, did they keep in contact after all that stuff? But anyways, they've known each other since childhood, and they're just over here talking about each other. And, like, time has passed, and we fucking see Claire, we see Rei just having to watch these two as they're fucking talking to one another, looking at the fucking glistening lake. And Rei's just out there with her fucking glazed over eyes. They're not exactly glazed over, but, you know, they're dead either way. Anyways, they were talking about this system where, like, you put your love, or whatever you think is your love, on this scale, and that scale will show whose love is better than the other, which I assume is going to come into play next episode, so we'll just have to see how that goes. But also, here we have Rei again, right, telling Claire, like, hey, I actually love you, like literally love you, you know, like, I will lay with you if needed, like, or as Rei said before this scene, where she's just like, what do I have to do to make you take it seriously? To which then Claire talks about the scale. But this scene here, ooh, ouch, oof. Rei is just fucking, she's fucking everything up, and Manaria sees it, right? She is, she's again, it's not Manaria who I'm mad at. She's just taking advantage of the situation because she is trying to get more information out of Rei, and Rei is being stonewalled right now. She refuses to talk about herself to Manaria, so Manaria has to devise another plan in order to get more information out of her. And consider that Rei is out here talking about how she loves Claire, and Claire right now is in love with Manaria. She's going to take advantage of it. So, more or less, it's Claire that I'm a little frustrated at, and I'm just like, And that goes back, I know I said I was going back, but now I'm going back to what I was talking about with the whole spiel of Rei being the person who is overly abundant of her talking about her love for Claire. And in this point, if Rei stops, if it were any other time and place, right? If we were like in the first 3 episodes, or if we were in episode 4 to 7, 4 to 8, you know, so all those other episodes, if we were in those places and Rei decided that she's going to stop her overabundant love on Claire, I think Claire could probably fucking live with that. Albeit, you could also argue that if Rei kind of stops it right now, Claire probably could live with that for just a little bit because she's got Manaria. But the way that I feel about how Claire sees Manaria is kind of like you have this really cool uncle or aunt or something who lives out of state or in another country or whatever, and they fly on over to be there and, you know, stay with the family and all that, and you're very interested in that person because, well, you don't really get to talk to them a lot of the time, or you get to drive over there for like the winter trip or whatever, you know, for winter break. you're at school and you're in winter break and you drive over there, and things just feel a little mystical. Things feel a little magical because you don't really get to talk to this person a lot. And so they kind of have this air of, again, this air of magic around them that's like, wow, this person's really cool and all that. And so that's how I feel that Claire sees Manaria, and also, of course, Manaria has helped her in telling her that she's not to blame for her mother's death. Manaria literally says, hold on, you know what? Hold on, I want to see what did she say there. So, I said something awful to my mother. I can't forgive myself for that. And she just comes here and pets her. No one blames you, Claire. No one. And then Claire just starts fucking Manaria says like the most basic fucking shit. Nobody blames you, Claire. Like... And Claire's just like, wow, so profound. She's the first person who got me out here tearing up for my mother because I haven't been able to cry about her this whole time. Okay, Claire. But as I say, the feeling that Claire has for Manaria is a very mystical thing, and it's something that most definitely is going to wear off when she gets used to Manaria. And that's what I sort of feel like it's that feeling, you know, like you might be like super interested in that in that aunt or uncle in your family or whatever, and then and like they come to visit you or you come to visit them, and like, you know, if you stay there for the first 2 weeks or something, it's pretty cool. But if you were to stay there for like a whole month, 3 months or something, that mysticalness kind of wears off, and then you're just kind of like, okay, you know, it's like cool, I guess. So, going back to, like, how if Rei decides that I'm gonna stop my overabundant love on you, because, well, first of all, Rei understands that when she does this, she's hurting herself, because she knows that Claire doesn't share the same feelings, but she refuses to let it die. But I'm not saying she refused to, like, if she stops doing it, that she's going to let it die, but in terms of, like, she refuses to let it die loudly, right? Instead of silently doing it, she is still very advocate and loudly talking about it instead. And by doing that, she is hurting herself in the process, because, you know, the more you tell this person that you love them, but then the other person doesn't reciprocate it, it really makes you feel like it is very one way. It's, you know, you've been stonewalled by it. Not saying that if you keep it in silent, it's going to be any better. But you know, I think that they're both different in ways of hurting. And some people, you know, they enjoy being hurt in different ways. And for Rei, it's doing it loudly. But again, what I feel is that if Rei stops this whole thing, not like forever, but, you know, take a break. Just be like, hey, Claire, I need to take a break from you for for maybe like a month or something. You've got Manaria, you'll be fine. I mean, not that Rei can fucking avoid Claire, because she's her maid and all that, but, you know, in terms of just stopping it for you know, taking a break. Again, taking a fucking break. Honestly, I think it'd be a little good for Rei. She's been on the constant I love you for months now. She needs just a little bit of a break. And I say that for the goodness of Rei's heart. But also, again, I would assume that Claire, like the way that she thinks with Lene, she takes her for granted. And Claire is, I mean, as a lot of people, right? You don't really know what's good until it's gone. So who knows, you know? Who knows? I'm thinking about a certain something, and I just don't know whether it's actually accurate. Because, like, again, as I was talking about, certain things is starting to come into mind. Because last episode, when I saw the preview, I was just like, oh, Arrival. And I remember somebody mentioning Arrival, too. And I'm just like, is that a spoiler? But I just didn't really remember this part until it came, and now some things are resurfacing. So there are something that I want to talk about, but at the same time, I don't know if it's I mean, I could just say, you know, if you don't read the light novel, it's spoilers and all that. I'll keep it to myself for now, and we'll see the next episode. I thought this was a pretty nice episode. Made me feel an emotion. I like that. I like that. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen next. Oh, dude. Again, Manaria is such a prince archetype, and then she has that, like, deep voice as well, you know? So, wow, so good. If I have anything else to say, I will write it in the description down below. Thank you guys for sticking around, and I will see you guys in the next episode.